presented by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Today it's live opening round coverage of the California Classic. Resuming the action here at EA Sports, let's go out to the 7th hole and pick up with our featured golfer. Has not been a stellar performance to this point, but Frank, not too bad.
Now, when you consider 4-round events, Rich, you're going to have a period where there's a little lull. As long as you can minimize the damage over the course of 4 days, it turns out all right.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
It has been a ball-striking clinic today, hitting one green after the next. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. I'll tell you, he's setting himself up for a good weekend. A former college #1 makes another birdie. 555-yard par 5 8th hole. Frank, is this a 2-shotter or a 3-shotter?
Good question, Rich. It starts to shrink down by the walkway, which is around that 330-yard mark. That's the decision has to be made. Personally, I think you try it at first, because even if you do find a fairway bunker, then it is certainly a layup. If you've got the distance, it's well worth the risk.
Well, that's the way you draw it up here at the 8th. You want to get it out there. He's done that, and he's kept it in the fairway. Stumbled out of the gates, but now on solid footing, getting ready for this approach shot.
This looks like it's heading for the bunker.
Frank, ball is in the rough here. What are the problems on this next shot?
Well, this is really where the skill level comes in. A good part. This is where the good player separates himself from the rest.
And it makes the green in regulation. Makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time that one gets him in the top 10.
Finishing out the front 9 with a pretty difficult par 4. Again, water down that right side.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Well, Frank, the wind is really starting to pick up.
You've got to fixate on the direction now. If you get the direction wrong and or mistime one of those gusts, all sorts of problems. Should be safely on deck.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Nice birdie. Player is really on the move now, Frank, after a shaky beginning to the round.
They've dug themselves in a little bit of a hole, but they're starting to dig their way out of it. Great birdie.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee.
Frank, is this a definite green light, the approach at the par 4 10th?
Well, there's enough opportunities at PGA West for the long hitters. This is an opportunity for the really good iron players. This is where they have a chance to shine, because a good iron player will give himself a birdie putt here. A poor iron player here, all of a sudden they'll find trouble.
I mean, really on top of his game right now. That was a splendid approach shot. 10-foot putt left. Almost. Wow. Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knocking him for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it is going to hurt the course.
Nice par to remain 3 under. Frank, how about this hole, the par 5 11th? Long one.
Oh, it is. And, you know, anything over 600 yards, only the longest it is the Bubba Watsons, the Dustin Johnsons of the world. The other ones that can get home on a hole like this. For the other ones, even those bunkers down the left side are sort of in play. You at least have to give them a cursory look off the tee. Nothing wrong with a hole a par 5 that you can't reach. You can still play it as a 3-shotter. And in some respects, you get rewarded for laying up here, because that water that comes in on the left-hand side, that's not going to be in play. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Slight miss, and he'll have to deal with some of the heavy grass. He'll need to be strong with this.
Rich, right now, this does not look like the same player we saw earlier on in the day.
I don't recognize him. He was hitting it all over the ballpark in the first few holes. I didn't think there was any chance that he'd be where he is right now. Credit to him. This took guts.
Yeah, his composure is so different right now.
Well, that's the beauty of this game. You stay with it. It's 18 holes. You keep fighting, and you can put a score on the card.
Well, that's a smart shot. A lot of people would have tried to be a little more heroic from there, but there was no need.
Back on the fairway, back in play. This is a good-looking shot. Not too unhappy with that, Frank, at 17 feet.
No, from that distance, it's more than good.
Bang! Has it. Now the par 4 12th, only 363 yards, but Frank, it is intricate. There's a lot involved, isn't there, in playing a hole like this?
Yeah, I think this is where you have to work out, which clubs do you hit the best? Are you better with a 9-iron? Are you better with the wedge? Because that's the distance you want to hit it to. That's how you can be aggressive, even when you're laying up.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
TPC Stadium, of course, has played host to the Skins Game, PGA Club Professional Championship, the Liberty Mutual Legends of Golf on the Champions Tour. I always enjoyed that. And along with the Jack Nicklaus Tournament course right next door, the finals of the PGA Tour qualifying school for a number of years. Well, that's how you play the game, right there. And getting ready for the putt. Frank, there's an old basketball announcer who used to say when a ball went in and out of the cylinder, just the way that one did, he would say, ringtail howitzer. And that one just didn't go in. So, one round in the books and a lot to chew on here.
There is. This is going to be a tough championship to pull away. The standard of golf, especially that first page of the leaderboard. Excellent golf.
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. It's second round coverage of the California Classic. We're at the seventh now, 346 yards with plenty of water on that right side. How do you handle this one, Frank?
You've got to pick a target there. A lot of people think when they're laying up off the tee, and that's exactly what this hole is. You just blaze away at something down the left side. But if you're going to pick a tree, don't just pick the tree. Pick a branch or a leaf. Be more specific.
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Had a birdie here yesterday in there close. Great opportunity for another one. Trying to make yet another birdie. Frank, all of a sudden, another player to factor in on this leaderboard.
Yeah, and things are starting to tighten up right now. Going to see where the next move comes from.
Now the second par 5 on this opening 9 here at PGA West. Frank, what are we looking at?
The bunker down the right side gives you that optical illusion because it sort of has that curvy edge to it, plus it sort of moves its way to that right side. And then you notice there's a bunker on the left that sneaks in on the left side. So this isn't just sort of blaze away off the tee. It still requires a good straight tee shot. If you do err a little bit, then you've got to be very cognizant of the bunkers up on the left side as you get closer to the green.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
That one was running so hot.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough.
How about that shot? From that lie to get it that close, tremendous effort. Back-to-back birdies, we'll see. Wow, that was so close, Frank.
Just time to forget that one. I mean, he couldn't hit that much better.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Doesn't dig into the lead with that par, but Frank, sometimes, and you know this as well as anyone, you just have to kind of maintain your footing out there. Frank, the ninth hole, a par 4 measuring 452 yards. This is no picnic.
This is the toughest tee shot on the front side. The easy way to bail out down the left side, it might appear that way off the tee, but then it becomes a zigzag hole where it's very easy to clock up something like a 6. The bunker down that right side, just 300 yards to get past that, but it's almost like he gives you an option there. If you do want to challenge that right side, the bunker just might save you from going in the water. But there's no question, the best drive is down the right, but it's the most dangerous one.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Now comfortably inside that cut line, the former national champ makes birdie. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second 9.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going? Ah, nice.
Looks good.
Oh, that's fine.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. Will settle. Now the second shot here at 10. Just a case of a hole suiting the player's eye. Made the birdie yesterday, and he has a good chance to make another one today. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Clean this up with a tap. Name comes off the top of that leaderboard after that par.
Yeah, at the moment, not much they can do. All the good stuff's being played elsewhere.
Frank, right where you want to be at the midway point of a tournament.
Yeah, you know your game's solid. The focus is more on the leader and that you can just go out and play. Excellent position to be in.
This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Today it's live third round coverage of the California Classic. Rich Lerner with Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. We're at the Career Builder Challenge, early season action. Hole number 10 as we get going on the backside. And Frank, if you're hitting it low and left or you're hitting it high and right, you can make some big numbers out. A lot of water.
Well, you certainly can, especially for those people that have to tee off the 10th, their first tee shot of the day. Somehow sneak it down the left side. 300 yards to get past all those bunkers down the right. I don't know if you want to do that with a cold start. But the further you can get down this hole, obviously that second shot becomes a little shorter, and you'd like to go in with a short club here. There's a wall, like, I don't know, like the Great Wall of China down that left side of this green.
Well, this is the kind of wind that separates the great players from the average players. You really have to be strong to handle these kinds of winds. Well, that's why on this golf course, Frank, there is a premium on hitting fairways.
You're exactly right. Might be also protecting against a fly, but that did anything other than fly.
It is a windy day out here, Frank. My hat just blew off. This is going to affect the players' shots, that's for sure. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Has his par.
Well, we've arrived at our third par 5 of the day here at PGA West. It is the 11th. It is nicknamed, appropriately, Eternity. 617 yards. Good contact, good result. Wow, Frank, look at that one run out. Just blistered that tee shot.
Well, that has to be 325 if it's an inch.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Racking them and stacking them right now. 6 under par for the tournament. Frank, now another clever, small par 4, only 363 yards here at the 12th.
Couple of different options here, Rich. You can lay it up just short of where that nose of the bunker starts to poke out on the right side of the fairway. Then you're going to be left with something in the sort of 140, 150 yard mark to the flag. Or if you want to get a little sort of greedy, you start to sneak it up there where it gets narrow. It's shorter. It requires a better shot.
Long and straight, about 320 yards, and in the fairway. Frank here at the par 4 12th, getting ready for this approach shot. Good chance for a 3.
There is. Notice the contours on the green. They sort of slope towards the back and down that left side. So you can actually use that in your favor with this approach.
Oh no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Just averted danger right there. So close.
Why does he have all the luck?
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Starting to put it together right now, Frank.
Enjoying that trio at the top.
Now at the par 3 13th, and Frank, in some ways, this is vintage Pete Dye, isn't it?
It is. His use of wooden bulkheads, plus the fact that he gives you that diminishing line. The further you go back into this green, you realize it's a larger carry. It just sort of reeks of something that's hit to the front mid-right of this green.
Oh, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
Just a couple of feet. So one shot closer to the lead with that birdie. 14th hole, par 4 of 389 yards. It is short, but Frank, there is some danger lurking along the way.
Yeah, most of it's sand. Two options really: poke it down that left side, let it run down there like a bowling alley. Either that or take that bunker completely out of play, 290, 300 yard category, and get it down there where it's just a flick wedge in. A nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Moving into this second shot here at hole number 14. It should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage, and you're not going to birdie every hole.
Good roll, solid. That's a par. Good third round, Frank, and a good spot heading to the final 18.
Yeah, to be in the top 5 right now, the caliber of this field, know that your game is good enough too, and a legitimate chance of taking home the trophy come tomorrow night. This really is what all those hours on the range contribute to, this moment right now.
EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage.
Today it's live final round coverage of the California Classic.
Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. Gonna need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
So missed the fairway, and now he's back where he needs to be.
Yeah, minimize the problems.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. That's a nice confidence builder right there. You make those for par, and you keep things steady.
Par 4 15th, measuring in at 468 yards.
Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Second shot now at 15.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament.
Now to the par 5 16th. Frank, this is a pretty solid hole.
Like all the other par fives here, length gets a big advantage here. This hole, as you've mentioned, bends to the left, and that bunker can be taken out of play by the longest hitters. 326 yards will get you past that. Otherwise, there's sort of a V shoot down the right side that everybody else has to respect.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot. That was a big, bold strike, and now a chance for a big, bold move. Putt for eagle coming up. Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. Settles in over the putt. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. For par.
And that par certainly won't hurt the cause.
There's still some time. Well, let's see, Frank. The par 3 17th, just 168 yards. You can't miss it right. Can't miss it left. Can't miss it short. You can't miss it long. Good luck.
This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough.
Not too bad. It's about 23 feet away.
He didn't hit the flagstick, but he still has a chance. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Well, here we are at 18. It's a par 4, only 439 yards, but again, we've said it all day long. Water to deal with.
It's a great driving hole here, Rich. You don't necessarily have to hit driver. There's three groups of bunkers that are really in play off the tee shot. It's the one in the middle. That's around 290 yards. That's the one you really have to focus on. For stronger players, there's nothing wrong with hitting 3-wood off the tee there. You're still only going to have a shot of 150, 160 yards. Whichever way you look at it, it's something that you think you can find the fairway with. This ball never even looked like it was going down the fairway, hitting way right.
Not enough on that one.
Yeah, it just seemed to baby it.
He'll need to be strong with this. Now that is a shot that will be replayed over and over.
Rich, it came down to just a shot or two here or there, but we were treated some amazing golf this week.
Just one player standing, and that was earned, well-deserved, beautifully played.